would now request our director to say a few words and inaugurate the program of National Science Day.
My dear children, students, distinguished guests, friends, ladies and gentlemen. It's indeed a great pleasure for me to welcome you all in this National Science Day celebration 2016 organized by the Indian Association for the Cultivation of Science, ISCS, over the next 2 days. National Science Day is celebrated all over the India with great enthusiasm on this very day of 28th February every year in order to commemorate the invention of Raman effect in India by the famous Indian physicist Sir Chandrasekhar Venkata Raman on the same day in the year 1928 in this very institute, Indian Association for the Cultivation of Science. For his great success in the field of science in India, Chandrasekhar Venkata Raman was awarded Nobel Prize in Physics in the year 1930, and to commemorate and honor this event perpetually in the future, 28th of February has been designated by the Indian government as National Science Day in India in conjunction with the National Council for Science and Technology Communication from the year 1986. Since then, the National Science Day is being celebrated all across India as a great event in the field of Indian science. It is celebrated by the students, teachers, scientists, researchers in schools, colleges, universities, educational institutions, including scientific, academic, medical, technical and research institutions all across India. On the first celebration ceremony of the National Science Day in India, the National Council for Science and Technology Communication had declared the institution of National Science Popularization Awards in order to recognize an excellent and wonderful endeavor in the field of science communication and popularization. Sir Chandrasekhar Venkata Raman had worked from 1907 to 1933 at this very institution, during which he worked on many topics of physics, from which the Raman effect, the effect of scattering of light when passing through different materials, became his great success and the discovery which has been marked in the Indian history. For his big invention, he was honored through the various Indian awards, in addition to the most coveted Nobel Prize in the year 1930. From the year 2013, American Chemical Society has designated Raman effect as an international historical chemical landmark throughout the world. The tradition of science and technology is as old as our civilization is known more than 5,000 years through our literature, but modern form of science was witnessed through the Renaissance in this part of the country, particularly in the first half of 20th century. The science and technology infrastructure has grown up from about rupees 10 million at the time of independence in 1947 to close to 40 million rupees today. Significant achievements have been made over the years in the areas of nuclear and space science, electronics, defense, and also in fundamental and many applied sciences. The Government of India is committed to making science and technology an integral part of the socio-economic development of the country. Science and technology, however, is also used as an effective instrument for growth and change, and it is being brought into the mainstream of economic planning in the sectors of agriculture, industry and services. The country's resources are used to derive the maximum output for the benefit of society and improvement in the quality of life. The Department of Science and Technology, like in all earlier years, has emphasized the Science Day to be celebrated in the most gracious fashion in all the DST-aided institutions. And this institution, being the discoverer of the Nobel Prize winning work of Sir C.V. Raman, has taken it up to observe the next 2 days the National Science Day. The theme for this year is Making India Science and Technology Driven Innovations. As we know, innovation is a process of translating an idea or an invention into a good or a service that creates value for which customers will pay. So this is an opportunity to recognize not only Make in India, but also invent in India and invent in various research institutions like that of ours. So to be called an innovation, an idea must be replicable at an economic cost and must specify a desirable need. An innovation involves deliberate application of information, imagination, and initiative in deriving greater values from resources, and includes all processes by which new ideas are generated and converted into useful products. In business, innovation also often results when ideas are applied by a particular commercial institution in order to further satisfy the needs and expectations of the customers. On this occasion of Science Day, we feel particularly happy to go through the activity profile of the scientists working at this particular institution, ISCS, and it is for their research accomplishments that enable ISCS to occupy a very special place in the map of Indian science and also internationally. The success of Indian Association of Cultivation of Science scientists is linked with getting highly motivated students to play an important role in such accomplishments. To encourage the students to do good quality research, ISCS has instituted Sir Ashutosh Mukherjee Prize for the best thesis. On the occasion of Sir Ashutosh Mukherjee's 150th birth anniversary, which happened on 29th June of 2014. Friends, as you know, Sir Ashutosh Mukherjee is the prolific Bengali educator and the second Indian Vice Chancellor of the University of Calcutta for 4 consecutive terms and also a 5th 2-year term. Perhaps the most emphatic figure of Indian education, this great mathematician was a man of great personality, high self-respect, courage, and a great human being. He became the first student to be awarded a dual degree, MA in Mathematics and Physics from Calcutta University and received prestigious Premchand Roy Scholarship. And he is one of the stalwarts who started science education in this country, in this particular institution, inspired by our founder, Dr. Mahendralal Sarkar. So the Ashutosh Mukherjee Best Thesis Award that we are going to announce today, on this occasion, it carries a silver plate and a citation and will be given annually to one research fellow of ISCS. And this year, this is listed in the annual report ending in March 31 of a particular year will be eligible to be considered for the award in that year, and the awardee is selected through multiple levels of rigorous screening. And the prizes will be given hence onwards on the Science Day each year, considering the uniqueness and deep significance and importance of the award, and particularly because of the association with the name of Sir Ashutosh Mukherjee. It has been decided that one award from the Institute only is given for the best thesis covering all the disciplines. Friends, as a part of the celebration of National Science Day 2016 at ICS today, I am happy to announce that Ashutosh Mukherjee Best Thesis Award 2015 is being conferred to Mr. Aniruddha Kundu for his doctoral thesis entitled Functionalized Graphene Polymer Systems, Properties and Applications, which focuses on improved fluorescence property of graphene oxide by non-covalent and covalent functionalization with polymers, using them in sensing and delivery. We will have shortly a very short presentation of the thesis work by Aniruddha, but I would also like to say that the organizing committee has prepared an elaborate and exciting program for the 2 days in a most befitting manner, which is completely different and unique compared to earlier years, and which I am sure all of you will enjoy quite a bit. We are honored to have leading scientists and educationists who will be delivering lectures, and there will be video shows, movie clips, and most importantly, many live experimental demonstrations which will excite and enthuse young minds who have gathered here today from various parts of the state, from various schools and colleges of the city and the neighborhood. I welcome each one of you. And we are particularly happy that in the inaugural session we have Dr. Prabhat Ranjan, who took over as the Executive Director of TIFAC effective from April 25, 2013, has agreed to come here to deliver his lecture. Dr. Prabhat Ranjan's early education was from Netarhat School located near Ranchi, and because of his high scholastic ability, he was a recipient of National Science Talent Search Scholarship in the year 1976. Subsequently, he joined IIT Kharagpur and obtained his bachelor's degree and master's degree from Delhi University. Then he went overseas to work on his PhD degree from the University of California, Berkeley, based on his research related to nuclear fusion at Lawrence Berkeley Laboratory during the year 1983 to 86. Immediately after completion of his doctoral work, he returned to India to participate in the nuclear fusion program of the country that was nascent then. He continued his research at Saha Institute of Nuclear Physics, Kolkata, and the Institute for Plasma Research, IPR, at Gandhinagar, making a major contribution in these areas by bringing tokamaks, experimental nuclear fusion reactors, to international standard of operation. He was also a project leader of Aditya tokamak and SST-1 tokamak operation and control group till 2002. From 2002 to 2013, he served as Professor Dhirubhai Ambani Institute of Information and Communication Technology, Gandhinagar. During this period, he worked on many real-life problems, including societal issues. In particular, his work in the development of environmental control system based on body part movement, voice, and brain waves has helped improve the quality of life of many persons with debilitating disabilities. He is passionate about application of embedded system and sensor network technology to the areas of wildlife research, planetary exploration, and healthcare. His commendable work faced him many accolades, including HP Innovate 2009 Award, NCP EDP, Emphasis Universal Design Award 2012, and Bihar Gaurav Samman 2012. I welcome you all to this celebration and wish that we by our work encourage the young students to take up scientific research in their future career. Thank you very much.
In the meanwhile, I would like to call upon stage Anuradha Kundu, the Best Thesis Awardee, to kindly give his presentation. Thank you.
At the beginning, I must thank the organizer for selecting my thesis as best thesis of the ICS, and I must thank Professor Bhattacharya for announcing the award. My thesis entitled Functionalized Graphene Polymer Systems, Properties and Applications. Before going into details, I must say, Sir Ashutosh Mukherjee was first to recognize the talent of cells. I must say a few words about what this material is, since there are many students from colleges and schools. Actually, they must know the three-dimensional material, graphite. Graphene oxide is prepared from graphite by oxidation, and you can play with this molecule by oxidizing it with several methods. Now, the beauty lies is the elucidation of structure of graphene oxide. Actually, Raman spectroscopy is utilized to characterize graphene oxide. When we take the Raman spectra of graphite, I have not shown here, it shows only this band, G band, due to the speed of vibration. But when we oxidize it, it shows two types of band, D and this one, G. This D arises due to the disward induced photon mode and the sp2 structure, this G band arises. And we can also infer the oxidation occurs due to the oxidation occurs from the graphite surface, and this can be proved by the FTIR spectrum. And again, we can use the Raman spectra to calculate the domain size of graphene oxide. Now, the most important part is the functionalization of graphene oxide. The functionalization can be achieved by both covalent and non-covalent approach. Covalent approach includes one-molecule functionalization and polymer functionalization. And I am not going detail into this, but the most important part is the non-covalent approach, which I have used in my thesis, and hydrogen bonding is the most important phenomenon here. Now, why graphene oxide is too much important, since it is being used by physicists, chemists, and from academic and technological point of view, it is too much important, since we can make flexible solar cell, touchscreen device, large screen display, and it can also be used in drug and gene delivery. The fluorescence property of graphene oxide was first